there Saturday at the drags at Old Sedale House, rolling along in the Hawaiian, we just keep back going, what the hell is that kid doing? And he says, he's going to make a driver's license run. Well, Larry Sutton was the starter, and he lived around the corner from me. He had a black cowboy hat on. And Larry Sutton says, went like this, half pass, okay? That fucking light turned green and Roland stomped it. He went all the way, And then he pulled the parachute too late. Headed up in the fucking sand traps, just tore the car up, And we're all charged out there, He got out without a scratch, He goes, how fast did I go? We said, well then, 185 something, That's when NHRA blackballed him. That's why he never drove ever since that. And then that's when McEwen was Perdome was the one who put him on top. Then he drove that funny car, Yep, rolling the on. All of us local boys used to park together. Mm-hmm. And then Roland Leon would come by there, Of course, he parked someplace else. He didn't know me too well, and he didn't know these other local boys too well. And he didn't even know Danny and Gaius too well, And he goes, you guys don't look like you're from Hawaii, I told him, I said, you don't look like you're from Hawaii either. You look like a pake. Pake means Chinaman,
And what'd he say?
He said, just trying to walk off. And my car, I call it the Little Hawaiian, and I had, on my cowling, I had King Kamehameha painted on it, And the other guys, some of them had pineapples on there, and some had guavas, the Hawaiian fruits,
Mm-hmm.
And Danny young guys, he just had plain blue.
He's driving for Mickey Thompson.
Yeah. For a while, he used to drive for Dragmaster chassis from San Diego. He's the one who was test driving for their chassis, Danny young guys did. And Danny young guys, he had painted blue and bamboo lettering on his cowling, the quiet one, which he was, At Indianapolis, they used to call him the quiet one. And that was it.
He drove everything.
Yeah. Remember when he drove the Mustang for Mickey Thompson? We had a guy, his name was Ken. He worked for Mickey Thompson. We were just shooting the shit one day. He said, yeah, I worked for Mickey. I said, what year did you work for Mickey Thompson? He told me. I said, I worked for Mickey Thompson when he was first building the Challenger in his garage at home. You had to punch out the wall and extend the wall in his garage. That's when he was sponsored by Pontiac.
Yes, I think they're rebuilding it.
Guy coming out with another one. And he goes, wow, you worked out. I said, yeah, I worked for him from 59 to 66. Then I quit. He said, you must have went there after, he said, I must have got there after you left. I said, do you know Paul Nicolini? He goes, yeah, he worked for Mickey Thompson. I said, yeah. He's the one who built the mag winder. You would just like the Sidewinder, but the mag winder, everything was made out of magnesium.
Oh, shit.
Super, super light, And Jack Richmond drove the, what was the other one I said?
The mag winder?
No, not the mag.
Sidewinder.
Sidewinder, yeah. And a Sidewinder, I think it was Chevy powered, I think. Yeah. On gas. Hey, let me tell you, those were the good days. Everybody helped each other, you know.
No, like, well,
Remember one time I didn't qualify and this friend of mine qualified, but he didn't have the tires. Can I use your tires? I said, sure. That's the way it used to be.
mm-hmm.
That young guy, he drove for a drag master, blown Chevy, and something went wrong, and the push rods came through the valve covers.
Oh, shit.
Ding, ding, ding. They put a new set of heads on, but he needed more rods. And some guy out in the parking lot, you know, had a Chevy. He said, "You can use my push rods," you know. He said, "Okay." So when the race was over, then the guys gave it back to him. And the guy said, "Daddy," said, "do I owe you the money?" He said, "No." He just said, "Daddy, our guys use these push rods." He was
Hey.
really something.
Mr. Bill,
Yes, sir.